What is up, guys? It is Jed Wrestling here, back again with another video. WWE Night of Champions 2026 is on Saturday, June 27th, emanating from the Kingdom Arena in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. So today in this video, we're going to be looking at my predictions for Night of Champions. As per the annual tradition, the King and Queen of the Ring tournament winners will be crowned. Starting off, I wanted to talk about the King of the Ring finals, Obafemi versus Jey Uso. This absolutely is not the finals that I would have went with for the King of the Ring. I would have had Obafemi still in there, but I would have, instead of Jey Uso, I'd have had LA Knight. I feel like that would have been way better. I would have had LA Knight win his Fatal 4-Way match on SmackDown, and then go on to defeat Javon Evans and progress onward to Obafemi here. There's a couple different factors we have to consider here. The first being the Beast, Brock Lesnar. Oba has been calling out Brock ever since Clash in Italy, and I feel like since he has been running his mouth about Brock Lesnar a lot, Brock might have like an incentive to come back after Obafemi. Because if he just beat him at Clash in Italy and then Obafemi just didn't say anything about Brock Lesnar after that, I could see in kayfabe why Brock Lesnar wouldn't come back after Oba. But now that Oba has been throwing some personal shots at him, this is a definite opportunity for Brock Lesnar to swoop in. On the other side of the coin, you have what the main event would be. Jey Uso versus Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam, dude. Like, Jey Uso versus Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship, and that match is just not interesting at all. Especially if Cody were to not win that night, and we saw Jey Uso win the WWE title. In that case, the Bloodline would have all the gold, like both world titles, which I don't feel like anybody really wants either. And if Cody Rhodes were to win, that's just underwhelming. So let me tell you what I think's gonna happen. I saw a good little fantasy book of this online. I forgot who made it. I'm sorry, but I think Obafemi beats Jey Uso here. I think Brock Lesnar swoops in afterward, or maybe on the Raw after a Night of Champions. And then we see Oba versus Brock to close out Saturday night's main event. I know that's kind of a tough ask. I mean, we're lucky to even get a title match on Saturday night's main event, so it's kind of difficult to imagine getting a Brock Lesnar match there. But at the same time, I don't know. Like they got two different stories they need to do here with Obafemi. One being the trilogy with Brock Lesnar, and then the other being him, of course, pulling a Brock Lesnar and winning that world title, winning the King of the Ring and all that, which I feel like should happen. I don't feel like they should stall on Obafemi at all. He's already established. Please just strap a rocket to his back and send him up to that world title picture, man. They've stalled with Braun Breaker, and it's really causing some bad consequences here. Braun Breaker should have won the world title on Raw earlier this year when he fought CM Punk, and they just haven't pulled the trigger, and it's just not going good for Braun Breaker right now. I say we see Oba and Brock Saturday night's main event. Obafemi wins, and then we see Obafemi versus Roman Reigns at SummerSlam. Obafemi wins, baby. Moving now to the Queen of the Ring finals, Liv Morgan versus Io Sky. Liv Morgan is the women's world champion, and they still put her in Queen of the Ring, which is so backwards. I feel like the reasoning behind why they did this is just so obvious. It's because Stephanie Vaquer got injured, and they just got nothing for Liv Morgan as world champ. She's defended the title 0 times on TV since WrestleMania when she won it. And they offered a really weak explanation as to why Liv entered. She just says she wants to prove that she's the best. And it's you're like you got a world championship already. How do you really get higher than that? I can see why maybe she might want both titles, but just like I said with Jey Uso winning the WWE title, putting all the world championships on a single person slash a single faction or whatever, like that just never ends well. Like Liv would be so overexposed, people would get so sick of her, it just would not work. So I'm sincerely hoping that Liv Morgan does not win this Queen of the Ring final. That's why I'm going with in my heart, Io Sky. And I feel like my mind is probably going to go with Io Sky as well, because if Io wins here, she can come back after Liv for SummerSlam and be like, I beat you already. I beat you once. I'm gonna beat you twice. This time for the World Championship. So I'd say Io Sky wins here. We see Queen Io, and she goes on to SummerSlam, takes the title off of Liv Morgan, and goes on another Women's World Title run. My final prediction will be Io Sky. Cody Rhodes defends his WWE Undisputed Championship up against the ring general Gunther and the last real good guy, Sami Zayn. This new persona for Sami Zayn has been so freaking annoying, and I feel like that's kind of the point here. I think they're going with more of like a delusional heel Sami Zayn type, kind of like the Master Strategist used to be. Like, when Sami Zayn was like the Master Strategist slash the conspiracy theorist and all that, and he was like just annoyingly delusional. This match is going to be some fun action here. I'm only assuming that it's going to be the main event of the show, which is why I got a dynamic that I'm going to bring up a little bit later. But the fans are definitely going to be behind Sammy because, of course, it's in Saudi Arabia. I don't feel like that's enough to catapult him to the World Championship, though, because my prediction for this is going to be Cody Rhodes. Honestly, I really don't have much to say about this match by itself. I'm not crazy excited for it. But what I definitely am excited for is what could happen after. That's right, guys. I'm making a bold prediction here. I think Randy Orton is going to return, lay out Cody Rhodes, maybe even deliver a punt kick. I don't know about that because we already saw the punt at WrestleMania. He's definitely going to RKO Cody Rhodes after he retains the WWE title over Gunther and Sammy. I almost just fell over there. And that's going to set up the SummerSlam match. It ain't Cody and Jay. It's freaking Cody versus Randy. They're going to do this right. I hope so anyway. Not have any Jelly Roll involved, not have any Pat McAfee involved, no freaking Mr. Beast or any other celebrities like that. Just let Randy be Psycho Randy again. Let Cody be the fiery babyface. Explore their history. Just use their history over the past 20 years. That's how you tell this story right. If this doesn't end up happening, I'm gonna feel really stupid because I just hyped it up. But my final prediction is Cody Rhodes getting RKO'd by Randy Orton. The Men's United States Championship is on the line. Trick Williams versus Ricky Saints. I have figures of neither of them. Of course, Trick Williams walks into this match as the champion, just married as well. As for Ricky Saints, I don't know, man. He hasn't done a whole lot for me since joining up to the main roster. He's kind of just like another generic cocky heel that we see all the time, and his ring work isn't really all that impressive to me. I liked him in AEW, but as soon as he came to WWE, like I saw none of his NXT run because I was watching NXT until around like 2022, and then I keep up with highlights in like 2023, 2024. And then 2025, I just totally fell off because me and my family were just so busy all year. I had no time to be on the internet pretty much. So I fell off there and I didn't get to see really any of Ricky Saints in NXT. Then he came up to the main roster and it's just like, man, I don't care. My heart wants to see a Trick Williams win here, but I think about this. Like, Ricky Saints, ever since he joined the main roster, like he's got zero credibility going on. He lost to Cody Rhodes after getting his like zero reaction in their promo exchange. He lost to Carmelo Hayes, then had a double count with Carmelo Hayes, then beat Carmelo Hayes by cheating to get this title shot. So he really doesn't have any sort of credibility going on. He beat Matt Cardona, but I mean, like everybody and their mom has beaten that guy. So I don't know. I think we're gonna see an absolute change of guard here. Ricky Saints is gonna beat Trick Williams. I believe personally. Kind of a shame. Maybe they could run this match back later down the line. I feel like at SummerSlam, we're actually going to see something really good with the U.S. title. I think they're going to do like some sort of multi-man match. They're going to have like Trick and Mello and Ricky. Maybe bring in some other people, like they could throw Danhausen in there, put Shinsuke in there, bring back Ilya Dragunov for crying out loud and put him in there. I think we could see some really good stuff with the United States title at WrestleMania, but my final prediction is going to be a title change, and it's going to be Ricky Saints. The Women's United States Championship, we got Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill. This is another one that I'm just not excited for, man. Like, we saw so much of Tiffany versus Jade last year. We saw it at SummerSlam. We saw it in November of last year when Jade Cargill won the title. And I don't know, I feel like they just never had good chemistry together in the ring, and I don't feel like a lot is going to really change here. It is kind of exciting when you add the layer of the Women's United States Championship because since its inception in December of 2024, the Women's United States Championship has not been defended on a single premium live event. So it's definitely fresh to see it here. Chelsea couldn't make it happen. Zelina couldn't make it happen. Julia couldn't make it happen. But here we have Tiffany Stratton finally getting this title on a PLE. And I think this is going to be the end of her run as well. They're probably going to want to focus on her tandem with Chelsea Green a little bit more. Kind of like that oddball pairing they have going on. Maybe have them go after the women's tag team titles next. And if she's holding the Women's United States Championship, maybe going into that program, it might not work as well, so to speak. And I feel like Jay's got to build some momentum back up after losing to Rhea Ripley multiple times at both WrestleMania and Clash in Italy. And especially since she lost Queen of the Ring in the first round, she's going to need that Women's United States Championship. Have it be challenged by Charlotte Flair at SummerSlam. That would definitely be a hard hitting match. My final prediction is Jade Cargill winning the United States title. And the final match I'm going to be talking about today, it is Seth Rollins versus Braun Breaker inside a steel cage. Not a lot of people are excited for this one. They're just going, oh, it's Seth Rollins versus Braun Breaker, the same match we saw before, only this time it's in a cage. But I feel like people are kind of underestimating the kind of chemistry these two had. The Backlash match was a little sloppy, but dude, their match on Raw was amazing. That was like one of the best Raw matches I've seen all year. So I'm definitely excited for this match. It's going to be heightened by the stipulation here. There might be some high risk spots. Hope Seth doesn't get hurt. But all jokes aside, I feel like this is definitely going to be the end of their rivalry. Much like I was saying with Obafemi and Brock Lesnar being at Saturday Night's main event. This one is one apiece. Braun Breaker won at Backlash. Seth Rollins won on Raw. So this is the match they need here to end the tie here and end the trilogy, of course. And I'm throwing out another return here. I know it's kind of weird to predict two surprise appearances, especially for a show in Saudi Arabia, because I feel like we never really see a whole lot of returns there because it's hard to keep things under wraps when they're going overseas. But I think we're going to see a returning Bronson Reed from was his bicep or tricep? I think it was his bicep that he tore. He's gonna sneak into the cage. He's gonna hit a tsunami on Seth Rollins, and of course, it's no DQ, so he can do that. And Braun Breaker is gonna win either by pinning Seth Rollins or by escaping the cage. I feel like it'd do more for Braun Breaker if he were to pin Seth Rollins twice, so that's the result I would have gone with. But Bronson Reed, I definitely think he's coming back. He's looking great in his time off, dude. Like, have you seen how lean Bronson Reed has gotten? He's looking way better. But my final prediction is Braun Breaker. Please let me know what you think is going to happen at Night of Champions 2026 down in the comments below. As always, these have been my predictions, and I'd like to hear yours. I'd greatly appreciate it if you were to smash a like on this video, subscribe to Jed Wrestling, and turn on notifications so you never miss a new video. But yes, Jed Wrestling, out.